So, no, I wouldn't say I have a passion for HR.
Welcome back to Human Resources for the People. It's a human capital revolution. California's got a new law coming out, and we're going to talk about it right here, right now. This article here is from Littler. It's called Hot Takeout California Fast Food Franchises Could Face Increased Liability. It's from Joy Rosenquist, Michael Lotito, and Bruce Sarche. And it's pretty interesting. So there's a new bill called Assembly Bill 1228. And California has these crazy assembly bills that are really particular. And what frustrates me most about them is that they're always aimed at a specific area, industry, department, something like that. And it really, in my opinion, negates the entire law because it's so specific. For example, this one is creating joint liability for the fast food industry for both a franchisee and its franchisor. Why not all the other franchise companies? Why not like auto shops? Why not places like O'Reilly's or Ace Hardware? Those are all franchisees, I believe, that could be subject to employment claims and often are, right? So it's so odd to me that these assembly bills always focus on them. I imagine and I suspect that they're heavily funded by specific industries or labor unions, and that's why they're so specific. These wouldn't pass anywhere else. These wouldn't be acceptable anywhere else. But when they do this, it negates the whole bill. It makes the bill sort of it makes it nonsensical, right? So the bill, creates joint liability for employment-related claims, and what that means is, for example, if a franchisor for McDonald's gets in trouble for an employment claim, the McDonald's itself gets in trouble, and while that's kind of I understand that and I understand the concept, and actually I think I'm okay with it to a great degree, but it seems like it should apply to all franchisee franchisor relationships if that's what needs to happen, if this is something that needs to be fixed. um, but so anyway, in this one, they are going to pass. They've put to referendum for ballot to consider joint liability for fast food restaurants that they define as a fast food chain that predominantly or primarily provides food or beverage prepared in advance or quickly for immediate consumption, um, either on or off premises, which again, that's a little odd. There's a whole lot of franchisees out here that probably need to be corrected if this is true, right? And this can cause a lot of problems for the employers, and maybe rightly so, but again, should be across the board. For example, there can be vertical joint employment, and what that means is that a vertical joint employer is one where there's sort of a parent company and a lower level company, and what that could result in is, for example, when a person works for the bigger company, for example, works for McDonald's corporate. This is kind of a ballpark, but works for McDonald's corporate for 40 hours, and then works for a specific franchisee for 20 hours. Under this, they would owe overtime in that scenario. In addition, it has an impact on FMLA, specifically because there is a limit to 50 employees within 75 miles, Well, a franchisor, probably for a very small fast food company, but a franchisor may not have 50 employees within 75 miles. And so FMLA may not apply to a franchisor under McDonald's, for example. However, under this, because there are enough McDonald's within 75 miles, they would now be responsible for FMLA, which again is a good thing. Probably not. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense for uh, specifically fast food. In addition, this would also cause overtime if, for example, you worked for one franchisor under McDonald's and then also worked for a separate one for 20 hours or 30 hours. Then, for example, if you worked for 20 under one, 30 under the other, McDonald's as a whole would owe 10 hours of overtime. And these are completely separate books, right? Like they don't report the same, it doesn't go to the same person. And so you would have to absolutely be limited. You could not sort of be shared across. And those seem pretty small. They can be a lot bigger. I think the biggest thing is focusing on one specific industry uh, with respect to employment laws and not going across the board. Because I'm a strong proponent of holding employers to the grindstone with respect to the law, but not when it's ticky tacky and not when it's sort of specialized. So I've given you enough of my thoughts. I've kind of repeated myself multiple times. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.